Hey, welcome back again. It's a Trigger, Rich Bontrager. Welcome back on Wednesdays, 2 p.m. live with the Trigger. Today, we're going to be talking about some great stuff. I mean, this is like foundational material that you want to know about being a go-to expert. And I'm bringing this up today because it's a new year, 2023, new year. A lot of people are assessing what they want to do, how they want to do it, how they want to rebrand, how they want to reconnect. And it's a great time to go back and look at some very foundational building blocks to help you get squared away to go forward. Again, we're always here at Rock the Stage to better help you shine on camera, shine on stage, so that you're seen as a go-to expert and that you're going to have the abilities and the skills to shine more and more and brighter. So strap in. We're going to give some great tips today, and we're going to do more of this. And this is one of the areas that we specialize and coach here at Rock the Stage Media. I personally invest time to help people to learn how to be that brand go-to expert. So let's get into what we're talking about here today. There's about 3 steps, and I'm going to do an overview really quickly here, but there's 3 steps that really help you establish yourself as that go-to expert in your particular niche. So first of all, number 1, you need to define your expertise and establish your niche top speaking areas that you're going to be on. Again, you need to spend some time and revisit your past, revisit the present, where are you at, what's going on. But everything you've been doing, you need to figure out what is your sharpest, best, what's your bullet that you have as an expert in whatever field you're in. What are you most passionate about? What are you most experienced in? What have you gone through that is unique and unusual in your space where you're an expert? What's that crucible you've had to go through, and that's going to help you stand out as an expert, that you've overcome adversity? What major life struggles has propelled you, impacted you while you're in that expert space? Maybe what are some valuable insights? Think about the insights from the things you've learned over your years that are unique and you could pass on to others people that will help them because you're an expert in the field. Start asking yourself questions, probe to see what your genius really is and what you have to offer. Don't jump out too soon. And the last several years have been all rebranding, rechanging, remarketing. I know so many people right now going through that all over again. And part of that is they may not have been asking these questions the first time around. They may not have a sharp understanding to define their own expertise. They may have gone more general. And they may be missing the bullseye target right in front of them. So step back, look at your expertise. Now, you're also going to want to seek out and discover your niche within your market. You want to find out really who you are. You want to really sharpen that to the point where you're not just a doctor, you're an expert doctor, you're a brain surgeon, you are a whatever it is that you are, that your expertise is so sharp. It's more questions. This is taking what you think that you love, your passion, your life history. Now you're going to go deeper into, there's a unique space out there in the universe of people like me. There's other people that are fascinated by this, and they want to learn more as well. So what is that space, that niche that you want to learn? So are there any specific groups or associations out there that you can start getting connected to? Again, reset the board this year in 2023. Even though you've tried this before, reset the board. Go find those places that you people like you hang out. What's your main audience that you want to give information? Literally describe what they look like, what their expense account, what their family budget is like. Describe your perfect niche group and what they look like and how they're going to spend money. Where do you need to share your message? Where do your people congregate at and hang out? Is it in a social group? Is it in a local pub? Is it in the business sector, at a summit? You need to find where your people hang out. And you need to start really rubbing shoulders with them. not just in that general pod. Okay, you're all doctors. No, get over to the orthopedic section and hang out with them. If you're a brain surgeon, get out of the orthopedics and get over to the brain surgeon area. Whatever it is you are, you need to really spend time in your area. You also need to figure out what opportunities exist. Maybe what products you can create to touch the pain point of the people that are in this unique niche. Don't just say, oh, hey, I'm a doctor. I can help you feel better. Okay, that's great. I broke my toe. Can you help me with that? No, I'm a brain surgeon. Okay, but what products, what services can you have that you can offer people that are laser point to touch them and impact them? Who could currently be seen as a competitor in your niche? Yeah. As you reset the table in 2023, figure out who are your competitors. Now, that's not because you're really trying to emulate them or learn from them or steal from them. You want to see how they're doing. There's always the rise and the fall. There's always good times and bad times. See how your competitors are navigating right now the recession that we live in, the transitions we've gone through the last several years. How are they really navigating? The other thing to find out is how many people that have been in your niche, have been in your sector, are gone. Have you thought about that? There's a lot of people that started off early pandemic in this media space of helping you with the virtual stage. Many, many, many of them that I saw, interacted with, are gone. Now, is that because it's not worth doing? Is that because it was oversaturated? Is that because it was not done well? There's a lot of different reasons, but learn who else is in your space and figure out what's happening so you can avoid the same landmines or take it to the next level. See what they're not offering that you could offer differently. In your niche, is it expanding or growing? Is your market dropping off or is it expanding? Because if you're in a declining market of opportunity, when people are really not into it that much, it's not an area that you probably want to put a lot of effort in because it's probably going to decrease and decrease and decrease. If it's an area that's ripe and it's growing, dive all in. You want to be really heavily invested in that then. Now, nobody can do this work for you but you, by the way. Sad to say, this is not a VA job. This is for you to noodle in on who you are, who you want to touch, what groups are out there, what your expertise is going to offer to other people. But let me really be frank. This is for you, the entrepreneur, the expert in the room. You need to spend time to figure out you before you go out the door and offer things to anybody else. Now, let's start talking about this a little bit because now it's beginning to come together. Position yourself in the marketplace now. Now you've done the homework, spend time on this. Do not jump through this. Now establish yourself out there in the marketplace. Well, Rich, how do I do that? I would be doing that if I knew how to do it. I understand. Here's a couple of simple ways to do it. Have you ever heard of the unique selling proposition or the USP? All right. The idea is that you need to know your themes, your topics, and you need to know what is absolutely critical within your space to really help people. What are those foundational things like I'm doing here today to help you become that go-to media expert? What is that unique thing that is going to set you aside to make people draw to you? You need to learn how to shape and design that message of your uniqueness. What makes you unique? It's the pulse of your business, your brand image, and it's the pulse of where you're going to invest your time, efforts, and resources as that brand expert, okay? What's unique? And market the daylights out. Establish that in any forum, in any Facebook groups. Establish your uniqueness and your approaches. People will gravitate to the person outside the box. They've listened to the people that have done it painted by numbers. Stop painting by numbers and what is unique. And people like, wow, never thought of that. Now, the first order of business is to find out where your group hangs out. Again, I keep harping on it. It's so important because the groups have changed. For example, LinkedIn groups were a great place for a while. Honestly, I don't think LinkedIn groups have the pop they used to have. More and more personal networking groups are popping up. Organizations are offering groups. You could create your own network group to share your expertise in. But you got to find where your people are hanging out. Where are they going to be at? Twitter has expanded in what they're offering now, even. YouTube has opened up a community area now. Zoom has opened up community areas. You got to go look new places. What you did 1, 2, 3 years ago, in the shape of how the virtual world has now manifested itself, you can't stay where you're at. You got to go migrate and find where they're at all over again. That's so critical now. Then once you've found them, start digging through the profiles of the people. Start looking at who else is in this arena in your focus lasered niche in these subgroups. And start reaching out and networking and sharing. It's not selling. You're not selling anything right now. You're just establishing you're an expert in the space and you're getting to know other experts in the space. And you're kind of learning and swapping and sharing it and know each other. But please get out there and do this. Form alliances. Share a blog. Share someone else's blog. Get on other people's podcasts. Begin to show up in these niches. I know on Facebook, for example, there are multiple groups that are made for podcasters to get on other shows. Go join one of those. Go join a group that's intentionally made to get on other shows. Connect with other bloggers that are looking for co-writers. Looking for agencies that will help share and swap your services and your ideas. I do a lot of summits. I do a lot of events that are co-branded, co-shared together. That's intentional, that I'm in a space with other people of like-mindedness. We have different views, different techniques, but a like-minded niche. But now we're bringing both of our audiences together and we're growing together. Go find those places and go get into them. Once you've gathered more information about your target audience, once you're getting all this research stuff done, what are the reoccurring pain points, unsolved results that keep coming up? Keep track of what you're hearing. As you reset, listen closely to what are the new pain points of 2023 within your niche. They're not going to be the same as last year because we're back out in the real world. We're moving a lot. Live stages for public speakers are harder than ever to get right now. It's not the same market. We thought everyone would open up from COVID, run back to live and stage, and boom, we would have full arenas. It's not happening. So you need to come up with a new battle plan based on the pain points. What can you do in your expertise to help other people get over the hurdles? Join those groups, get into the conversations. And by the way, if the conversations are dead, if people are putting questions and polls and nobody else is answering, you want to get ahead of the curve in this area, jump in the conversation and you go first. I do this all the time. I will intentionally be in a group where I see some action happening, but no response is happening. I will intentionally jump on an empty question, an empty poll, an empty board, and I will add something of value to it. When other people come, they're going to see you're there, and they're going to see you there, and they're going to see you there. And then they begin to wonder, who's the real expert in the room? Use what's before you to establish yourself. This is just foundational work to establish yourself. There's search engines out there that can find some of these things, by the way. Just go into Google and look for your area of expertise and drill down and keep drilling down, and you will find subgroups of subgroups that are out there for you. One way to also help you when it comes to establishing your place as a go-to expert, go back to that mission statement, that powerful, clear, short, concise idea of who you are, what you do, and how you benefit other people. Here at Rock the Stage, we're here to help you shine on camera, shine on stage, to elevate you and your brand authority as that go-to expert. What's your mission? That's going to do it for today, but I want to remind you, coming up tonight, we're doing something new for How to Rock the Stage. We are going live on 5 different streaming channels, at least, maybe more. And we're going to be having a great conversation about the power and the fun of bots. Bots are automated. Bots will help you with client retention, learning some things. Some of the research we're talking about here, bots would be a great way to amplify it. Use a new tool. Join me with RJ Redden tonight. We'll be going live at 7 o'clock Eastern time for How to Rock the Stage. Join us, and you can ask questions via the chat. That's 7 o'clock Eastern time coming up tonight. Until tomorrow at 2 p.m., I'm the Trigger, Rich Bontrager. As always, if you want to communicate, learn more about how we can help you in 2023, to shine on camera, shine on stage, create those podcasts, those streaming shows, and make your brand shine brighter, just contact me, Rich at richbontrager.net. Until tomorrow, have a great day. And remember, keep rocking the stage.